How to remove negative feedback like a pro. Hello and welcome back to the channel where we are trying to be better eBay sellers. If you're new here, I'm Polish Pete, eBay reseller based in UK. I buy cheap ladies clothing in bulk and I sell them individually on eBay for profit. I'm also an unpaid carer for an elderly and disabled person, and this is what takes the bulk of my time. eBay is only whenever, whatever I can do basically around my caring duties. Today I would like to tell you how to remove negative feedback like a pro. It has worked for me every single time. But before we start, if you are interested in reselling on eBay, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you will find this video interesting, please don't forget to click that like button and maybe share it with your friends. So guys, I've got 100% positive feedback on my eBay account. But it doesn't mean that I've never received negative feedback at all. I had 4 or 5 maybe. At least 4 I can remember. And today I would like to tell you how I've managed to remove them all. It works like a charm, even if in theory there is no ground to remove that negative feedback. I had at least 2 where there was no clear reason to remove them, and those have been removed as well. First of all, when you receive negative feedback, it will slow down your traffic. And there is no doubt about it, guys. Anybody who says that feedback doesn't matter anymore is sadly mistaken. Yes, if you have large account, plenty of items to sell, plenty of sales, you may not notice the slowdown in traffic. But on the smaller account, it is visible right away. Why would eBay waste their servers to run something that doesn't count anymore? To combat that slowdown in traffic, it is worth to give eBay a phone call and try to get that feedback removed right away. What I have noticed is that they won't remove it that quickly and they won't remove it that easily unless there is a ground for it. But most likely, if you are a seasoned seller and your account was up till now in a good shape, you will get I'm sorry boost. If you don't know what I'm sorry boost is, check this video where I explain it in details. That has happened to me at least twice with my last 2 negative feedbacks that I had. I mean, I gave them a phone call, they haven't removed feedback, but I had an influx of sales next day, kind of just to give me something, yeah, so I won't give up eBay entirely. Like we say in Poland, I won't pack my toys and go home. Kind of, the guy is upset because we didn't remove the bad feedback. Let's give him some extra sales so he won't give up and keep feeding us with the fees. Last time I phoned eBay on Saturday, early afternoon, like maybe 1, maybe 2. And on Sunday I had almost £200 in sales. Best day in at least, I don't know, 60 days. At least 60 days. Coincidence? I don't know. Maybe I was just lucky. But was I? Was I? A pink prancing unicorn right on my doorstep? I don't think so. Okay, if they won't remove your bad feedback, don't panic. We will do it later. I will tell you how. Just bear with me for a moment. The most important thing in this entire exercise is to have your account in good shape. Let's face it, guys, if you have been on eBay for years, your feedback was 100% until now, you've only got some minor defects like late deliveries and stuff like that. eBay will do you a favor to keep you selling and to keep you paying fees. It doesn't cost them anything to remove that bad feedback. Literally, if they can flip you from being upset to being over the moon, why wouldn't they do it, guys? Why wouldn't they? It doesn't cost them anything, but your account has to be spotless. It's just a human nature. So there is a real person dealing with your case. Yeah, if he or she, let's call her she, if she sees your account and it's spotless, right away she's on your side. Right away, it's just a human nature. She knows that this is a customer taking a piece and you are a good guy. You are doing good job. If she sees that you already have a dozen of negative feedbacks on your account, straight away she thinks, this guy drops a ball from time to time, and probably this time customer is right again. Yeah, that's a human nature. If you got a history of dropping the ball, she will assume that you've dropped the ball again. She won't spend 2 hours trying to figure out if those negs were deserved or not. She sees 10 negative feedbacks, or 8 negative feedbacks, or 12 negative feedbacks, and she makes her mind about you in 5 seconds. Now, don't get me wrong, it's always good to try. Even if your account is not in the best shape, it doesn't cost you anything to try. And there is always a slight chance that you will have that one negative feedback less. Yeah? So, we've got that out of our way. Yeah? Good standing account. Next thing is, don't panic. Don't panic when you see that negative feedback on your account. And if you can't help it, panic, but don't do anything for an hour. Go for a walk, calm down, think about it, come back, watch this video, rewatch it, and then you know what to do with it. Yeah? The worst thing that you can do is to get aggravated, just jump your head first and start to call people names. Yeah, customer or eBay rep or both. Just calm down and stay calm. Yeah, you will sort it out. Just follow these steps. Basically, you need to work fast, but not super fast. If you work too fast, it's not good as well. So I think you've got 30 days to have your feedback removed. After that, it's done. Yeah, it's done. You will have to live with it. Or is it 60 days? I can't remember now. But it's not like an indefinite period of time, and you will sort it out in a week or so. Yeah, so don't worry. First thing you need to do is to reply to that feedback. If you don't know how to reply to feedback, I will show you that at the end of this video. Be polite, be professional, explain in that reply what has happened, say that customer didn't contact you, say that they didn't give you a chance to sort it out, say that you accept returns but they didn't want to return the item, say that customer is wrong because it was this, not that. You know what I mean? Just explain it. You've got not that much, but you can explain it in the detail, in reasonable details. Yeah, basically explain yourself. Yeah, you have to do it so other people who are checking your feedback, your potential customers, could see it. Yeah, if people are bothered to read feedback, they don't read positive feedback. All they do, they don't give a monkey about positive feedback. They just check, all right, he's got 5,000 positive feedbacks, but he's got negs as well. Let's check those negs. Yeah, and they will, or if they will check it, they will always check the necks and the other one, the neutrals. Yeah. So you have to respond to every single neck and neutral, because in case it's not removed, it's gonna stay there, and you want to explain yourself. So those customers, that potential customer is reading that negative feedback, and your explanation gives them that positive feeling that even if something bad has happened, you won't leave them in the dark. You are going to sort out this problem. All they need to do is to contact you. Now, when this is done, you need to contact the buyer. Basically, same, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that you are not 100% satisfied, but don't take the blame on yourself if it's not your fault. If you have sent them a brick instead of an iPhone, then yeah, the blame is on you. But otherwise, just don't let them to force you to admit that it's your fault. Yeah, explain them the situation. In my case, last case, the lady said that item was too small for size 16. So I've said this is the manufacturer size that is on the label. So I can't say item is size 10 if it says it's size 16. Yeah, and I have provided all the measurements, so you could check it, you could compare it with your other dress that you've got at home and it fits well. So tell them that you accept returns and you are more than happy to refund the money upon the return delivery. And if they will say they don't want to pay for the return, tell them that they can open item not as described case and they will get a free shipping label. Yes, I know you will have to pay for that return, and it's not your fault. Get the item back, report them for abusing the return policy, and there is a high chance that eBay will refund you that cost. But give the buyer a chance to change the feedback before you will report them, because you have to refund them anyway. You refund them, give them a day or two, send them a message, please revise your feedback. If they won't do it, bang on, straight away. Go on eBay and report them for abusing return policy. So doesn't matter if they will revise that feedback or not. If you report them and eBay will cite you and eBay will refund you the money, they will erase the feedback from this transaction. No matter what it is, positive, negative, neutral, no matter, boom, it's gone. Now, if at any time, any moment, they will try to abuse you, they will try to, call your names in the messages that you exchange, or they will say something like, give me a refund, then I will remove the feedback. Do not respond, contact eBay, they will remove that feedback in seconds, as this is against the rules, and eBay will remove that feedback right away. One thing that you don't want to do is to offer them full refund for changing their feedback. Don't do it. Have a dignity. It's not your fault. Take a pride in yourself. Think about it. If you will offer them that, it will only encourage them to do it again and again and again to somebody else. I've got no respect whatsoever to the sellers who offer full refund for changing feedback. In my opinion, they are making eBay harder for all of us and for themselves. And then they are surprised when somebody makes a video and put it on Facebook. If you want items for free from eBay, just buy something, leave negative feedback, and they will refund you. But back to the topic. Try to resolve the case with the buyer. It's always better. Nobody, even I, nobody can guarantee you that eBay will remove that bad feedback in 100% of cases. First of all, try to sort it out with the buyer. You don't want to bother eBay with every single neg that you get. If the buyer goes silent on you and doesn't respond you to the message, give them a couple of days, send the message again and again and again. 3-4 messages is what you want. Yeah. At this moment, you are building your case for feedback removal. After 2-3 messages, ask buyer to revise feedback. If you don't know how to do it, I'll show you later in the video. Now, if they go silent, don't worry, you are not fighting for feedback revision. You are building your case against them. You want to be covered. So at this point, we've got negative feedback received, your reply added, you've contacted the buyer, you've offered the refund upon returning the item. If they went silent, like in my last case, you've sent them at least 3-4 messages, and you've asked them to revise feedback as well. Now you are ready to contact eBay. Do not phone them. Do not phone them. Do not phone them. They don't want to talk to you. Nobody who has a job in a call center, nobody wants this job. They get this job because they had to. All they want to do is to end that conversation quickly and move to the next one, and end that next one quickly and move to the next one, and get their target of 50 or 100 phone calls or whatever it is for the day. Yeah. You may forget something, to say something. You may say something wrongly. You may make some mistake. Do not phone them. Write to them. I will show you in a minute how to do it if you don't know. They will respond you within hours. Literally, I have never waited for their decision longer than 5-6 hours. And when you write to them, you've got that chance to write the proper message, chance to think about it, change it, rewrite it, add something, take something out, write it in the word processor, check the spelling, check the grammar and all that stuff, and when it's ready, send it. Take your time, invest 20 minutes in it. Write all you want to write. You've got 5,000 letters, I believe, and I've never used more than 3,500. Never. Be polite, be nice, be professional. That person on the other end of this message is there to help you, but she or he won't bend over backwards for you if you won't give them a reason for it. Explain all the details. If you think the feedback was unfair, say it. Yeah. Say that all the information was in the listing and the buyer is making some claims out of the blue. You've contacted them 3-4 times, you've offered them a refund upon return, you've asked for feedback revision, and all that stuff that you have done. This is why you have to build your case up before you contact eBay. Write to eBay that you take the pride with your eBay business. Tell them, I've sold 5,000 items on eBay, I've got 3,000 positive feedback, I've got no problem with accepting returns, I've done it many times, and I always refunded the money ASAP. Tell them that this situation is upsetting you. This is exactly the time for, diddle on the fiddle, yeah? But don't go overboard with it. As we say in Poland, don't give them your bitter sorrows. And then send it. Send it, say Hail Mary, and hope for the best. I'm telling you here and now that there is a high chance that eBay will remove that feedback. They want you to carry on selling. They want you to carry on paying fees. This is their money. eBay pays them wage. They need that money, so they have their wage. Yeah. So basically, they will understand you. They will understand you, and if there is a slightest ground to remove that feedback, they will do it. Yeah. For God's sake, guys, if somebody says eBay always sides the buyer, I've got nothing to say about it except one thing. You know nothing, son. You know nothing. You've got no clue what you're talking about by saying eBay always sides the buyer. You know nothing, son, nothing. The amount of the cases where eBay has taken my side is overwhelming. My side as a seller. In fact, I can't recall the situation when eBay took the buyer's side against me. Maybe once in last year, maybe once. But to be honest, I've dropped a ball a bit in this case, and I kind of deserved it. It was on the fence, yeah, and I can understand eBay to side the buyer to teach me a lesson not to drop that ball again like this. One more thing before I go, guys. Guys, you can't go wrong with exceptional customer service. You can turn upset customer into very happy customer 9 times out of 10. Best way to get rid of negative feedback is to avoid them in the first place. Do your best for your customers. You will go out of business without them. eBay is not for you. eBay is for the buyers. They go there to spend their hard-earned money. And you can have 100,000 items in your shop, and you won't sell a single one if there is no buyers. Now guys, let's go to my laptop. I will show you all the things that I was talking about in this video.
Right, guys, so let's do it quick. So if you want to reply feedback to your feedback, negative feedback, you go here, your feedback page. So you are here. As you can see, you can reply every single feedback, no matter what, if it's neutral, negative, or positive. So what you do is you click here, and you can write your reply in this box. You've got 500 letters, yeah? Then you click send, and it's done. Don't be bothered to reply to positive feedback unless you want to, but to me, it's a waste of time. As you can see in my neutrals, I've replied to every single one of them, and this is what I do. This is where I asked for feedback revision for the buyer, and they didn't revise the feedback. On the rest of them, I didn't even, I wasn't even bothered to ask them for feedback revision. So if you will have negative or neutral feedback, you will have that over here under that reply. You will have request feedback revision. You click that and you write the message to the buyer to revise the feedback. However, you can only ask for every 1,000 positive feedbacks. You've got 5 feedback revisions that you can ask for. As you can see, I've got only 2 because I've asked for some in last 12 months, basically. You want to click here, help and contact. And when you click here, you've got this link here, over here, request to remove feedback. What you want to do as well is you look for your item here. If you can't see it, you click that, see all, it will, give you all of them. What you can do here is, let's say this one is the negative feedback, this pink t-shirt, yeah? You click on that pink t-shirt. Right. I think, there you go. I can't do it on this one, but I can do it on this one. As you can see, you can have here blocking a buyer on eBay. So when you click this, you can block the buyer on eBay. You go here, block a buyer, block buyer. You click this one, and this is your block list, and you can add that buyer over here as well. So they are not able to buy from you again. Obviously, I'm saying that for the people who don't know this stuff. But what you can do here, and this is the main thing, is request to remove feedback. So you click this one. You've built your case against the buyer and everything else. You contact them, you offer returns and stuff like that. So as you can see, I don't have any negative or neutral feedbacks in the last 30 days because my negative has been removed actually. But if you drop it to 6 months, there is some, yeah. So I've got here a neutral feedback that only says okay, so I can request to remove it. I'm not bothered with neutrals. I don't want to make a situation where I ask eBay too much for removing that feedback. So I only ask to remove negatives. So you click that, request to remove feedback, excuse me, and you've got all those things. So if buyer is calling you names, you choose this one, you cite what they said you are, yeah, stupid cow or something like that, yeah. If they write you a message, hey, I will remove that feedback if you refund me the money. You choose this one, and you write the message to eBay, hey, they wanted me to pay the money to remove the feedback. And if it's a case like I had, because buyer wasn't even bothered to reply my emails and she wasn't bothered to return the item, you click this one and you basically write your message to eBay here. And like I said, I've said after a couple of hours, you get a message like that from eBay. Great news, we are removing the negative feedback. Obviously, I can't guarantee you that they will remove 100% of your negative feedback, but in my case, they actually have removed 100% of negative feedbacks that I have ever received on eBay over the years.
Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. Like I've said, if it happens to you, don't panic. Go for a walk, come back, rewatch this video and jump on the case and you will sort it out in no time. I hope you found this video interesting. If you have, please don't forget to click that like button. If you wish to support the channel further, please consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet and consider sharing this video with your friends. I wish you all the best. I'll see you next time. God bless you all and bye bye.